What is breaking up, guys? Precious here, and I'm back with another video. If you're new to my channel, hi, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining, and I hope you stay for more. And if you're a returning subscriber, hey, what's good? What's poppin'? I'm so glad you decided to stay with me through my inconsistency, and for that, I love you. So, as you guys can tell by the title, today we are doing yet another installment of the Adulting 101 series. Today, we are going to be talking about credit. Now, disclaimer, I am not a financial professional. I am not a financial advisor. I am not a credit bureau, whatever. I am just giving you guys tips on, I'm giving you guys tips based on the things that I have learned and the strategies that have helped me, as well as the strategies that my mom has given me that I have implemented. So, also based on the research that I did. We cannot forget the research. But yeah, without further ado, also I'm sorry if you see the light down here, it's my iPad. That's what my notes are on. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so I first want to start by saying credit is very, very important. If you did not know, you need credit for pretty much everything in your adult life. You need credit for buying a car. You need credit to take out a loan. You need credit to get an apartment. You need credit to get another credit card. You need credit to buy a house. You need credit for everything. Credit is like your reputation with the financial world, if that makes sense. And it's pretty important. And honestly, it's better to start building your credit early because then you have more of a credit history, but we'll get into all that. So my first tip in building your credit is just that you need to start early. Now, the earlier, the better. For me personally, I got my first credit card. I'm 20 now, so I got my first credit card, I think when I was 17. Nope, not 17. I believe when I was 18, I got my first credit card. When I was 18, I got my first credit card and I started to use it on my own. Excuse me. And the only real knowledge that I had on said credit card was my limit is $500. Don't max it out. Pay my minimums on time. And that's what I did. For the first few months, that worked. I didn't max out my card, I paid my minimums on time, and I just used it regularly. And honestly, my credit score was pretty good in my opinion. I don't think it was in the 700s, but it was like 6 something. I'm pretty sure that's good. So bottom line, start building your credit early. There's a couple ways that you could do this. First way you could do it is to get store credit cards like Victoria's Secret or what's Apple. Well, I don't know if you get an Apple card right now, like as your first card, I don't know. You can get a student card from your bank, or you could do, I don't remember exactly what it's called, but you can do this thing where you I guess you could say kind of co-sign on a credit card with your parents, and they're the main signer and you're just how do you say, I guess you could call like an approved user of the credit card. That way you can start building your credit as well. I don't know too many details on that method. I do know that it exists. So if you are under the age of, I believe, 18, go ahead and look that up and have a chat with your parents and see if they want to help you build your future. So my next tip is to try to only use 30% of your credit limit. Now, the reason why I say only use 30% of your credit limit is because you don't want to use too much of the credit limit that they gave you too often and then end up not being able to pay it back at the end of the month, because that does make your credit score go down and it makes the credit lenders think that you are an irresponsible user. So by using 30% of your card on a regular basis and paying that off every month, you're showing them that you can use the money, you have the money if you want it, but you're not using all of it because you don't need it. And then by paying it all off at the end of the month, you're showing them that you're a responsible borrower and that they don't have to worry about them giving you money and you not giving it back. It also helps to build your self-control. Like I said, my Discover card has a beginning credit line of $500. And that $500, I think 30% of it is like $150 or something like that. And just by using that $150 every month and paying it back every month, that's gonna help you build self-control, because then your credit, you can have your credit, credit line? Yeah, your line, I believe. I just said what the term is and I forgot. But your credit line can go up in the future by getting another card, by getting just raising your limit, not line, limit, credit limit, or by just raising your credit limit in the future, and you won't be tempted to spend that entire like $1,000, $10,000, $5,000 less than 10,000, whatever, you're not tempted to use all of that money because you already have the self-discipline to only use that 30% or go over it if you need it. Not only that, but also to pay off whatever you spent at the end of the month. Speaking of paying your card off at the end of the month, make sure you are paying at least the minimum payment on your credit card every single month. Now, me personally, when I first got my card, and I still do this to this day, my minimum payment is $35. I have never made a payment of $35. I always make a payment of $50 or more. Now, the reason why it's very important to do these payments, not only because you're required to do them, but also because if you're paying more than the minimum, that's showing the credit lenders, hey, that's a responsible borrower. They're able to pay back more than that minimum. 1, 2, it kind of lowers your interest in terms of how much you're gonna end up having to pay back when you have a balance roll over to the next month, if that makes sense. So if my minimum if my minimum payment is $35 and I only paid $35, then I'm gonna have a certain percent interest on the remaining balance that I have to pay off added to it the next month, and I'm gonna have to pay that off as well. And the more you just pay the minimum payments, you may get into a cycle to where only doing those minimum payments not only prolongs you paying off your credit card, but it doesn't look good at with the credit lenders, because that shows them that you're not a responsible borrower and you can only do the minimum if you're paying it all. Not only that, but it also helps to keep your credit out of the dirt if you do, not when. We're not wishing that on nobody. If you end up maxing out your card and you pay more than the minimum payment, like for example, minimum is $35, you pay $50, then that helps to keep your credit out of the dirt, because believe it or not, I maxed out my credit card and it was maxed out for a bit, but my credit score never went into like the orangey yellow like scale. It was always in the green because I always made more than the minimum payment, and sometimes I made extra payments as well to pay off the card, and that really helped to keep my credit out of the dirt. Also, it helps you pay off your card faster. If you get into a situation where you max out your credit card and your credit limit is $500, if you're paying $50 per month, just the minimum plus a little bit, if you're paying $50 per month to pay off your credit card, and you're making those payments on time, and you have no extra fees or anything like that, your credit card will be paid off in about 11 months. 11, maybe 12 if we're including interest, and if your interest rate is really, really high. All in all, pay your minimum payments. Try to pay more than the minimum payment, but pay your minimum payments on time, early if you can. Pay off that card too. Something else that helps to build your credit is to have multiple cards. Now, I'm not saying this so you can go crazy and get 5,000 credit cards, rack it up, and have $50,000 in debt. Not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, when you have multiple credit cards and you are making those payments consistently and you're not maxing them out, or if you max them out and pay it all off at the end of the month, or you're using that 30% and paying that off at the end of the month, if you're using these good habits on one card and you transfer these habits to 2 or 3 cards at the same time, that boosts your credit score even more, and that helps those credit lenders say, hey, they're a responsible borrower. It shows that the credit lenders that you are able to basically maintain and you're able to pay back what you borrowed. All in all, it really just shows them that you're more responsible, and that is good. Here's my last tip for this video. I know it was a short video, but here's my last tip. This is a very important tip. Listen closely. You listening? Don't miss any payments. Ever. Missing payments on your credit card is one of those things that can really impact it over time without you realizing that it's impacting your credit score. So not only that, it's going to end up racking up more interest over time on your card. So a $500 credit limit that you were supposed to pay off at the end of the month can quickly turn into $600, $700, $800 if you keep missing payments, because they're gonna keep adding on interest and interest charges to your balance, which is just more money that you have to pay. And they're just charging you these interest fees because you didn't pay that money off. Because at the end of the day, you're just gonna end up having to pay more than your actual credit limit was, and that's pretty annoying, because you're paying more to the credit lenders, paying more back to them for not paying them. Don't miss a payment. Not only does it bring down your credit score, you're just gonna have to pay more money back in the long run. and you're probably gonna end up having to pay it off over a longer period of time as well. It's just not good. Let's try our best not to miss any payments. That'd be great. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to like it, leave a comment down below letting me know any videos you want to see from me, any questions you have for me, anything you want me, any topics that I spoke about that you want me to expand on. I probably won't be able to expand on a lot of topics in this video just because it's credit and I'm not a financial professional, but I give it my best shot, and if I can't give you the answers, I'll try my best to give you a source that can give you correct answers. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos from me and more content that I create, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you can stay in the loop and never miss a thing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.